Councilwoman Martinez.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to introduce Aura Vasquez, who's being considered for the Board of Water and Power. I'd like her to come. Come to the table. Mr. O'Farrell, you escorted her to the wrong table. Oh, okay. Mr. O'Farrell just wants to make sure you're taken care of. I want her to introduce herself and talk a little bit about what she does. I know she's got an incredible background on environmental justice, which is how I know you.
Yeah.
So please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and why you want to serve on the Board of Water and Power.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez. Thank you, Council, for having me here. I am beyond grateful to Mayor Garcetti for appointing me to the Commission and the Energy and Environment Committee, which you serve as the chair, and which I have worked before with so many people like Mr. Wieser and Mr. Koretz, that I consider them very close friends, and Mr. Kerkorian as well. And also the full council for all the work and all of the stuff that we've been able to accomplish in so many years. When I got called from the mayor, I was incredibly excited and honored, and I was also shocked that, that they will pick somebody like me. As you know, I have been an activist and environmental justice organizer for my whole life, since I was 11 years old. And also because I'm seen as a person that comes from an advocacy community, which is very unlikely. So I'm very, very, very excited to be here. But also, as many of you know, I'm an immigrant from Colombia. And I came to the United States when I was 18. So this appointment also is a testament that the American dream is alive and thriving in LA. So as you know, I have worked very diligently to get LA off of coal, and a lot of you were instrumental to get us there. And just a couple of years ago, I was on the other side really pushing LADWP to get us here to a much more renewable Los Angeles. So as you know, I'm now in my position as a commissioner. I have a couple of priorities that are very exciting, and one of them is get us to the finish line to 100% renewables, especially with a very equitable lens for those people that are most affected by climate change and those people that are most affected by pollution and that need it the most. So I'm going to need you all, and this appointment is not just for me, but it's also for all of us. And I'm very excited to be here, and thank you so much for all the vote of confidence and the incredible responsibility that I find myself with today.
Thank you very much. Members, does anyone have any questions for Ms. Vasquez?
We have a number of members on the
Great.
queue. Yes. Thank you. Mr. Koretz.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, I think Ara is one of the strongest appointments we've ever had to this commission. I'm very excited that she's being added on. We worked closely together on banning plastic bags, on getting beyond coal for the DWP, which I think is critical, a number of environmental issues. Obviously, the one that I think is the most front and center is climate change, and I try to remind my colleagues how quickly this is moving. This year, in the first 4 months, we have had 5,000 extreme weather events in the United States, which is double the previous few years, which was already disastrous. So things are moving, and they're moving fast, and we're not noticing as much as we should. So how will you use your role on this body to advance the cause of fighting climate change?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that I have been really instrumental in doing in the many years as an organizer is really bringing people together. So I think as a LADWP commissioner, my hope is to bring all of the agencies so that we can really tackle climate change in a real way, and also for those people that are really affected by climate change, like in areas like South LA and the Valley, which it gets very hot and very extreme. And I think I feel like there are a couple of policies that we can have in place that can be very practical and easy to accomplish that can really get us there, including water recycling and storing better ways to store our water. I mean, you know, we were blessed this year, or last year and this year, with having so much rain. And I mean, I'm a firm believer that water is life. So we have to really treat our water as such.
Thank you. And I don't know, on a non-environmental front, if you've given much thought to how to make the agency more customer-friendly and accessible and transparent.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I'm a young woman, and I am very active in social media, and I feel like it's not just only to brag about what I do or what I eat, but it's especially to be connected with my community and with people. So I feel, as a commissioner, one of my priorities is to be very accessible to other people. And one of the things that I have consulted with Mr. Wright, which is the general manager for the DWP, is how are we going to have constituency office hours so that people can come talk to me and voice their concerns and share how can we make a DWP better and more equitable and more attainable for all.
Well, thank you. And again, congratulations on a terrific appointment. I look forward to working with you in the years to come.
Thanks.
Okay, yes, Mr. Huizar.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this is a really exciting appointment for the DWP Commission. When I chaired the Energy and Environment Committee, many of the major policy proposals that we passed at that time, Ms. Vasquez was there, active, involved. But if you think of every major environmental justice cause that has happened in the city of LA in the last few years, Ms. Vasquez was there leading the charge with many other groups. And so I want to thank you and congratulate you for all the work and the accomplishments you've done. But it's now exciting to see you in the commission, because to have someone there voice these issues, take them seriously, and especially now as we see the national climate and changing, and we're under attack for all the great progressive environmental causes we've championed here in the city of LA, we're under attack. So it's important to have someone like you that's strong, dedicated, and focused on these issues. So this is a great issue. And again, thank you for your work and helping us get out of coal by the year 2025. We've had the largest budget in DWP for energy efficiency because of your work. And we've also got some of the largest solar panel projects off the ground than anywhere in the country. So thank you so much. I look forward to continue working with you. Great appointment. Congratulations.
Thanks. And we're just starting.
Thank you. Mr. Buscaino.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Vasquez, I do want to rise and echo some of the comments made by my colleagues and the fact that you are a true advocate for the environmental community. The environmental justice community owes a debt of gratitude for your activism and you advocating for renewable energy and you being a partner with what we're doing in the city of Los Angeles. So I do want to recognize also Mayor Garcetti for bringing this recommendation before council. It's the right recommendation in light of what's taken place throughout our city, our county, our country. You were there when we installed a number of solar panels at the Port of Los Angeles. You were there at a number of our HUMD meetings to advocate for cleaner emission technology. So I just want to rise and look for and recognize your contributions to improving our quality of life. And thank you for taking on this role and looking forward to working with you. Congratulations.
Mr. Krikorian.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and Ms. Vasquez, congratulations. First of all, congratulations on all the work that you've already done, because you've made such a dramatic impact on this city already through your advocacy. And now with this appointment, I think you're going to be a critical part of this city's future as we move forward beyond advocacy to implementation. And I know a lot of the members of the public who care very much about the environment and climate change who are here with us today may not fully be aware of all that you and other advocates have achieved in moving this city forward. And we are already, as Mr. Huizar mentioned, we are already committed to becoming the largest municipal utility in America to be entirely coal-free, well ahead of any mandated requirements by the federal government or otherwise. By 2025, we'll be 100% coal-free. That's a monumental achievement, and it sets a precedent, I think, for the rest of the country and the rest of the world to follow. When it comes to commitment to renewable energy, the motion that Mr. Bonin and I introduced sets DWP on the path to becoming the largest utility in America committed to 100% renewable electricity. And more than just committing to it, we're doing the work to figure out how you get there. So it's not just good enough to pick a number and a date and say we're going to do that. You actually have to do the hard work of saying, how do you get a grid that's reliable? How do you handle the intermittency issues? How do you back up the intermittent power? How do you ensure that it's equitable to all ratepayers? This is hard work. This is much harder than just picking a number and saying, this is the number we're going to get. It's hard, detailed, complicated work. And the board is going to be leading that difficult work. And so your experience, your advocacy, your passion, your vision in helping to chart the actual direction that we're going in implementing that plan is going to be invaluable. And it really is the difference between succeeding at something and merely, cheering about it that, oh, we're committed to it. We are not just committed to it. We are going to achieve this thanks in large measure to your advocacy and your continuing leadership in this new position. So congratulations. I couldn't be more supportive of an appointment.
Thank you.
So Harris Dawson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and members. I just want to rise to thank you, say congratulations to Mayor Garcetti for making such an outstanding and courageous appointment to this very, very important commission. The thing I want to thank you for and point out is involving poor people in the movement around the environment, not just as victims of environmental injustice, but as individuals and people that can do something about the situation in our environment. So whether it's advocating for equitable development so that people in South LA don't get in their car and drive to Westchester to get groceries and pollute the air on the way there and on the way back, making sure we actually have those things in every community so that everybody can conserve. You stood with us on those issues, and you've been an activist. And I see some of the commissioners here. I would just give you guys a little bit of a warning because I've worked with Ms. Vasquez. She is not a go-along to get along kind of member. So everybody should be ready for the rough and tumble. And like any good organizer, keeping the question on the table until we get an answer, until we move the ball forward. So again, thank you and congratulations to Mayor Garcetti.
Thank you. Well, you've been warned.
And finally, Councilmember Bonin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Congratulations on the appointment. Congratulations to Mayor Garcetti for making the appointment. For about 100 days now, we have been saying in Los Angeles that we are the counterpoint to all the horrible things that are happening in Washington, D.C., whether it is on immigration or on civil rights or on the environment. Los Angeles and California have been working very hard to be the counter-narrative. So today with this appointment, this is part of the antidote to Scott Pruitt at the EPA.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Vasquez, if you could, we're going to go ahead and have a seat on the front row if you want. Thank you. We're going to go through public comment. And I didn't feel you needed your back turned to the podium. Thank you very much. Not general public comment. If you could put it back to this item only, please. Item 7. There you go. Thank you. Dallas Fowler, please. Followed by Louisa Krikorian. I guess that's another false name. Thank you for doing that.
Okay.
You guys are oh so funny. Antonia Ramirez. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Greetings, council members. It's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. As a former commissioner in the city, I am honored to be here to support a very good friend of mine, Ms. Aura Vasquez. Aura and I met through her work with the LA League of Conservation Voters, and then we ultimately not served together, but we went through the Emerge class of 2016 together. And I can just attest to all of the testimony that was here today and confirm that she is the right person to serve in this capacity. And I know that she will represent all of the residents in the city of Los Angeles very well. And I'm so honored and pleased to see that she got this appointment. So thank you also to the mayor for appointing her, and good luck. And I think that's my time. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Geyer?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Graciela Geyer. I'm the campaign representative for the My Generation campaign of the Sierra Club, and I just want to commend the mayor for adding such a new and important member to the Commission of the Public Utility. As a young woman, an immigrant, and a climate justice advocate who was key to getting our city to get our city beyond coal, we are grateful for the vision of bringing such diversity to the board, and we look forward to working together with all of the commissioners, but especially also Ms. Vasquez, to get us across the finish line to 100% clean energy. And I just wanted the Sierra Club members and staff that came to support Aura to stand. And just thank you so much. We're very proud today.
All right. Okay, so Antonio Ramirez, followed by Herman and Wayne. You've got multiple. Hey, please, no clapping, Wayne. That's, again, it's going to be your final warning, not for each other. So, Antonio, Herman, and Wayne, whoever comes up first, you have 3 minutes each for your multiple items, and that's items 2, 7, 13, and 14. Stick to the items specifically. You're going to be asked to forfeit, or you will forfeit your time. It's your only warning.
Right. I would like to recognize Ms. Vasquez for her appointment. I'm sure she doesn't have a history with Eric Garcetti for a favor, but she definitely has a tattoo on her body, and I hope it's not gang-related. But congratulations, ma'am. You're very cute, very beautiful, and I just want to let you know that
Mr.
you
President,
go ahead and do a good job.
that's not on topic.
Now on item number 8, sir. As local energy of the mayor dated March 20th, no one really fucking cares about the ratified fucking council of March 28th, April 5th, April 19th of the fucking 2017 due to significant fucking impact of Los Angeles aqueduct. And since I'm talking about the aqueduct that we, the people, are building out this area, it's a grim reminder that we have controlled spending, because it's all up to water and power, and thank you to our new commissioner, to keep things in check, a check and balance. Now I'm going to the other item. God damn. Fucking illegal immigrant motherfucker.
All right,
now,
so that's off topic. So again, you're off topic. You're saying things that aren't on. Stay on the agenda. Now you're disrupting the meeting and you're yelling.
No, he's disrupting the meeting, Mr. President.
Yeah.
He's not entitled to argue with the president.
Okay, now you're getting hostile and disrupting the meeting. Your time's done. Your time's done. Sergeants, please escort him. You're out. You're done. Goodbye. You know the rules. You're here every day, every meeting. You're done. All right? Goodbye. Thank you. Yeah, you're not only disrupting the meeting, but you're being vulgar, crude. Oh, you're being yourself. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Thank you. Sergeants, please show them out. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Herman is continuing
Mr.
to
President,
shout out as the
I'd like to note
officers are escorting him from the room.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Several hundred people in the council chambers are waiting for this meeting to resume while Mr. Herman is shouting out, being escorted out of the room by police officers.
Which is an often occurrence and more regular than not, unfortunately. Wayne, your turn. 3 minutes. Stick to your specific items. There won't be any more warnings.
Okay. Now we turn to liens. This is what we need to do with liens. We need to get rid of fucking liens. No more liens in these places like CD7. Fuck these liens. We do not need fucking liens on people's property so they go homeless. We are renewing energy and liens. We are energized to get rid of all liens in CD7 because the defendant Herman Wesson Jr. said no more liens while he's president of CD7 liens. Get rid of all liens. Now we turn to the Water and Power Commission. The criminal organization called DWP, transferring money, hundreds of millions of dollars, lady, to the commission, to the city is theft. You are stealing. The DWP is being robbed because they are giving money away from the utility customer to the general fund in violation of the state constitution. The Honorable Christina Noonan, who you replace, Noonan knows, yes, and Jill Banks Barad knows, the war criminal Jill Banks Barad knows, it's theft. Jill, stop stealing $245 million from the DWP so we can fix our fucking sewers and our roads and our utility lines. And then, of course, we get to CD2 motion regarding Studio City Residential. What do we say about CD2? It's ran by Paul Kerkorian, who's a goat. And that means we do not approve of residential floor area rezoning because it is bad for the people of CD2. We do not support the criminals. Also, the CD4 installation of guardrails, Lake Hollywood Park. Rue doesn't give a fucking shit about the Hollywood sign or the people who live up in Beechwood. He only cares about campaign donations and getting reelected. No on the guardrails. Then the funding supplemental street sweeping services. See, that's good. We support that. Thank you, Marquise Harris Dawson, for doing this. We need to sweep the streets in CD8. When you do a good job, we compliment you. We're not, no, we do compliment you on a good job.
Okay, and you have 1 minute for general public comment.
So, yesterday, Herb Wesson got served with a federal lawsuit, and then I attempted to have my process server serve him, and he made us go to the city attorney's office to get served because you know why? Herb Wesson Jr. doesn't exist. It's a fake name. His real name is Herman Jason Wesson Jr., and he's been running for office with a fraudulent first name. He's not allowed to hold office under the name. I have a sworn declaration from 2016. My name, my true and correct legal name is Herman J. Wesson. He will not under oath tell us that he is Herb Wesson Jr. So, Monday, I have a criminal case. I am going to have the judge subpoena him and Hugo Rossiter to tell us why the city council president uses a fraudulent name.
Thank you, Mr. Wayne from Encino, if that's your name. All right, Santonia.
What numbers?
You've got items. Number 2, 7, 13, and 14. 2, 7, 13, and 14.
Thank you very much. Number 2. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we give more concern to animals than we do to human beings. Again, we give more concern to dogs and cats and lizards and reptiles than we do to human beings. That's a crying shame. I hope we change that by the end of this year. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, we have to overhaul the Department of Transportation and Public
Mr. President,
Safety.
the speaker does not have card number 3.
Please, you have cards left on 7, 13, and 14 only.
Okay, freaking hell. Number 7, Mrs. Ora Vasquez of the Board of Water and Power Commissioners, are you a wetback? Did you legally come to America? Are you a wetback? Did you legally come here by the rule of law? If not, we're going to get ice up your ass. And number 8, and number 13. Number 13. Ladies and gentlemen, the California Employment Development Department needs also an overhaul, and the Transit Department needs an overhaul. You need to do a lot more cleaning. And furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, Metro does not provide great and adequate...
Please no yelling into the mic. If you yell, you're done with your time. You yell, you're done with your time.
No one's yelling. Again, you seem to
You're
always
yelling.
Interrupt, censor, throw us out, because that's what you
Our
enjoy
translators
doing,
are wearing
Mitchell
headphones,
Englander.
and if you're going to yell, you're done.
I am talking
It's not
about the
complicated.
wetbacks and
Follow
the
the rules.
gangbangers, and you seem to always interrupt and continuously violate our First Amendment because you do not agree with what we have to say or read.
I don't agree
we
with you yelling.
Dissent. You know, we have
gotta
a
keep the
brain of
voice
our
down.
own. It's not regulated speech, Mitchell Englander,
Okay.
so quit being a Jewish Nazi for
thank you very
crying out
much.
loud. Give us
kind.
a break, man.
Excuse
Allow
me.
us the freedom to speak without the
Thank you.
interruptions, the attacks, the violations, the abuses, and the goddamn being thrown out. If I did that to you, you'd be calling me a Holocaust
Mr. President,
Okay.
she's off
Give me
topic.
a fucking
You're off
break,
topic.
man.
Your time's done. Goodbye.
Yes.
Thank you. Goodbye. Now you're disrupting the meeting. Okay, we're going to ask you to leave the chambers. We're asking you to leave the chambers now. Sergeants, please escort her out. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. For the record,
Mr. President, for the record,
yeah.
the speaker is still disrupting the meeting as she's leaving the room. She's continuing to shout and continues to shout and still hasn't left the room.
Okay, so we are done with the comments on item 7. And we'll go ahead now and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
And, Mr. President, in the meantime, the Department of Building and Safety has requested that item 1R be continued to June 2nd. Again,
Okay, then
1R to
1R to June 2nd. That'll be the order without objection. Thank you very much. And now we have a special presentation from Council Member Huizar. And Ms. Vasquez, congratulations again. Let's give her another round of applause. We also got a little bit of exposure to public comment. So, all righty. Okay, excuse me for 1 second, Mr. Huizar. I apologize. Sergeants, please take Wayne out. Wayne, thanks for joining us today. I've asked you not to shout out. You've just shouted out again.